Daniel Larson is one of these sort of lol cows who is genuinely mentally disabled. And I personally don't think these sorts of lol cows are funny. I just find it sad and depressing. And even if they are bad people, like I just don't get much enjoyment out of watching it. But so Daniel Larson is one of these guys that people have basically ruined his life, and he has some level of responsibility too, for sure. I'm not saying he's fully a victim in this innocent baby or anything like that. I'm just personally, as much of a hater as I am, I can't really get behind the stuff that people do to this guy. And same, I was watching a video about this guy World of T-shirts, and it's kind of a similar situation, but people just get him drunk all the time, and he's ruining his life with alcoholism. But it's another mentally disabled guy that everybody just makes fun of, and it's rough to watch. So he a few months ago was arrested for making threats against like federal buildings and stuff, like serious charges,
Ooh,
and
that's not
he
good.
was just deemed too incompetent to stand trial for himself. And that's what Sicko Hunter here is going to explain. I think he's just recapping, actually, probably just read part of this. The parties received the evaluation from the court on July 11th, 2024, and the parties are in receipt of the court's order setting a competency hearing for September 23rd, 2024. Mr. Larson waives his right to a hearing, and the parties jointly request a court finding that Mr. Larson is incompetent to proceed. The parties are not contesting the results of the evaluation. Mr. Larson waives the hearing that he is entitled to under 18 USC 4241C, and Mr. Larson waives the rights that he is entitled to at that hearing as set out in 18. So, yeah, the court, I mean, to me, this kind of cements, like, guys, what are we doing making this guy a lol cow? And, like, the court straight up said he's not deemed to stand trial. Uh,
Yeah, that means there's a lot of other stuff going on with him besides this. Obviously, there's other overlying factors, and it's not really cool to make fun of mentally disabled people, no matter what they do.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is probably what should be happening for him. I would think that's what should happen. With the court's findings of incompetency, any period of delay that occurs while the defendant is being treated pursuant will be excluded. In conclusion, the parties jointly request that this court vacate the September 23rd, 2024 competency hearing and enter an order finding Mr. Larson incompetent and committed to the custody of the United States Attorney General. Yeah. And then this is just a little bit going over his original charges. So he was facing six separate federal charges relating to the threatened use of explosives. The actual video is him like yelling, "Bomb you, bomb you, bomb you," or something like that. Um, each respective charge is punishable with up to 10 years in prison. He is also facing one more federal charge for the interstate communication of threats. And it's just a summary. All of them were use, or the first six were use or threatened use of explosive material against a particular county courthouse, a particular nonprofit center, the White House, a particular college campus, the FBI headquarters, and then count seven, interstate communication of threats uh, against a particular Federal Bureau of Investigation special agent.
Sounds like he got himself in all sorts of trouble here. Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
yeah. Not a good time for Daniel Larson, but I know he gets a break from the people trying to destroy his life for entertainment, at the very least. And supposedly this, supposedly this is the last frame of the last TikTok that he uploaded before he went away, and just seemed a little ominous to me. I don't know.
Does seem a little ominous.
I mean that's really the whole story for that. Just it's not a huge update or anything. Just he's been in and out of court and in jail, and now he's been deemed officially too incompetent, and they're not even going to go ahead with the actual hearing for it. They just said yeah he's incompetent to stand trial.
That's never a good sign, but maybe we'll help him with his charges. I guess I don't know how that all works, but it seems like he kind of got himself into some shit, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I mean he was threatening to bomb federal buildings.
Yeah, that's a pretty serious thing.
Yeah. According to that guy on Kiwi Farms, each one of those charges is punishable by up to 10 years. So that potentially 60 years for that, and then whatever that other threat would be, maybe another 10 years or so. It seems like it was about on the same level.
So
So
damn near life, probably life,
potentially,
potentially.
yeah, because I would imagine he has to, like, even if they do let him out, he's gonna be under some sort of supervision probably for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I mean that probably makes sense if he's making threats to government buildings. I mean, I feel like to any building, putting a threat on it is not a good thing. So
That's a really strong stance. Are you sure you want to say that?
you know what I meant though. Like I feel like it's worse that it's a government building, but I feel like doing that to anyone is not good. Like if you're threatening to bomb someone's house, that's just as bad in my opinion.
Yeah, no,
Shouldn't
I
really
mean,
matter.
I do think we're all just kind of desensitized to it because people say wild shit on the internet all the time, and then once in a while stuff like this happens. You're like, oh yeah, it is actually a serious thing to say. I want to kill you, or I'm gonna bomb this place, or you should die, or something like that. It's like, yeah, there
Yeah,
you